Inspire with Nendrix, the foundation.
Hey, Racing Arms community, this is Dr. Harrison with Your Best Life, and I am coming back to you today with another 5-minute quickie. I just wanted to share some reflections on an article I just read just recently of a young man, age 29. He was just recently arrested on multiple charges related to the death of his 10-month-old baby. Apparently he raped and sodomized this 10-month-old baby and was also a football coach and has now been arrested and charged with multiple charges. And I just wanted to just reflect on my thoughts related to that. Number one, I don't know what punishment outside of execution would be suffice for anyone who does that to a child, period. I am completely blown away that this person from the outside looks like a normal human being, whatever what normal means, was also a football coach, and God only knows how many other victims are out there, and these kids are just afraid to say anything. So there's a couple things that I want to share. Number one, if you are a parent and you have had any type of contact with this gentleman, be it children's sports, children programming, community outreach, you need to start having some conversations with your young children, just asking them about their interaction with this man. Second, for all of the women out there completely scared as hell about bringing men into their children's life. Now, this was his biological child, but this has happened even to children by the hands of their step-parent or their mother's boyfriends, or even in some cases, father's girlfriends, associates. This is a time, you should be scared. You should be very, very worried because these individuals come disguised as normal, loving human beings. And it is natural that, you will develop some comfort with those individuals if that's how they're presenting themselves, and you have no other reason to doubt that they're just, that they're not safe people. So you should be concerned. I'm not saying that you need to go do investigations on your guy that you're dating right now, or your girl that you're dating, or the woman that you're dating right now. But I would strongly suggest that your eyes are wide open when you're dealing with relationships, period. Whether it is the relationship with a male or female, if there are children involved in that relationship and you are finding yourself putting your children in the care of anyone outside of yourself, you should be very, very cautious at all times, no matter what. Cousins, uncles, dad, whoever, it doesn't even matter who they are. It's just... it's no longer acceptable to be okay and not put up caution just because you know them, or just because they're your family member, or just because they're your best friends, or just because they're your fiance, your husband, even your parents. Like, you have to be cautious at all times. The more cautious you are, the more aware you are, the more questions you ask, and the more consistent you are with how you go about dealing with people who have exclusive access to your child. This particular child, I think, from what I read, was under full custody of this 29-year-old male, based on some agreement that he had with the child's mother. I don't know what kind of agreement could be had that will allow me to give full custody to anyone, unless I was just a bad parent. And just really need to make those decisions, and be honest with myself and just say, hey, I think you'd be a better person to do that. And maybe that was the case. But I just want you guys to be, if you feel like you need to be cautious, then you need to be cautious. But I just think in general, just as general practice, ask lots of questions. Ask lots of questions. Keep your eyes open and be aware of those people who are spending exclusive and private time with your children, especially children who all children are vulnerable, but especially those who can't really speak for themselves and defend themselves. It's a very tragic situation, and I just want to send condolences to this baby girl's family. But, be cautious, people. His name is Stephen Austin. You can Google him and find out more information about this case and follow this case. But please be cautious. In the meantime, continue to go out in the community and embrace someone because they're waiting on you, and live your absolute best life.
My Lacasa boy, this is my residence. My prescription boy, this is my medicine. The world can be sickening, living in house resemblance. Not to mention the media's effort to keep us in the most simplistic state of mind. Lowest age bracket committing the highest rate of crime.